Okay, so in first video we discussed about meristematic tissue. Here we are discussing the permanent tissue. Okay, so permanent tissue means the name indicates that the cells derived from the meristem and they constitute the body part of the plants. Mature cells temporarily or permanently lose their power to division or their power of division. Clear it is? That's why they get the name permanent tissue. Once again I am repeating, the cells derived from the meristems and they constitute the body part of a plant. Mature cells temporarily or permanently lose the power of division. There are mainly two types of permanent tissue. One is simple permanent tissue and another one is the complex permanent tissue. One is simple permanent tissue and the other one is the complex permanent tissue. Simple means they are made up of one type of cell or one kind of cells. That's why they are known as simple permanent tissue. Simple permanent tissues are mainly three types: parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Parenchyma, collenchyma and the sclerenchyma. The sclerenchymas are two types: sclerites and the fibers. Sclerites and fibers. Okay. And the permanent tissue, the complex permanent tissues are xylem and the phloem. Clear? Again I am repeating, what is permanent tissue? The cells that derived from the meristems and they constitute the body part of a plant, that is known as permanent tissue. Their name is permanent tissue because they lose their power of division. There are two types of permanent tissue. One is simple and the complex permanent tissue. Simple permanent tissue means it is made up of only one kind of cells. That's why it is known as simple permanent tissue. Parenchyma, collenchyma and the sclerenchyma are the examples for the simple permanent tissue. Then the complex parenchyma tissue, which include xylem and the phloem. Xylem and phloem together known as vascular tissue. It also known as conducting tissue. It have the ability to conduct the food and water. Okay. So first of all, we are discussing the structure of parenchyma. You can see here the structure of parenchyma. This is the structure of parenchyma. The textbook picture it is. So parenchyma is composed of thin-walled cells. Thin-walled cells. Okay. So first point about parenchyma, that is thin-walled. Second point, it exhibits in various shapes like oval, round and the polygonal. The cell wall is made up of cellulose. Then the next function is, the point is the parenchyma perform different functions like photosynthesis, storage of food, respiration and secretion. Got it? So what are the features of parenchyma? Parenchyma are the thin-walled living cell, oval in shape, round in shape and polygonal shape. So that means they exhibit in various shapes. Okay. And the cell wall is made up of cellulose. Then the function of these parenchyma cells are photosynthesis, storage of food and respiration and secretions are the functions of this parenchyma cells. So this is the parenchyma cells. These are thin-walled cells. Here it is a polygonal cells. The cell wall is made up of cellulose and they perform the functions like photosynthesis, secretion, respiration and the storage of food. Okay. Next picture, this one, collenchyma. Collenchyma. So collenchyma also living cells but having thickening in the corners. Here is a thin cell but here the thickening seen in the corners only, the thickening will be seen. And the cells may be oval, spherical or polygonal. Okay, the corner thickening is due to the presence of materials pectin, cellulose and hemicellulose. It have a corner thickening. That's why they have the ability for the mechanical strength and the flexibility to the growing organs and to provide flexibility to the growing organs. the portion collenchyma normally seen in the hypodermis of the dicot plant stem. Hypodermis means when we are taking cross section of the plant, we can see the hypodermis portion. So this collenchyma portions will be seen in the hypodermis of the dicot plant stem. Okay. So the collenchyma are the living cells with corner thickenings. Cells may be oval, spherical or polygonal. Corner having thickenings. The corner thickening is due to the presence of pectin, cellulose and hemicellulose. The main function of the collenchyma is give mechanical strength and flexibility to the growing organs. It providing flexibility to the growing organs. It commonly present in the hypodermis of a dicot plant stem. Commonly present in the hypodermis of a dicot plant stem. Okay. Next we are discussing sclerenchyma. Sclerenchymas are two types. One it is in fibers, another in the sclered form. So sclerenchyma is these two are the parenchyma and collenchyma are the living cell, and here this one is the dead cell. You can see the in this three, which one having the more thickness? The more thickness is in which picture? So here also, here the more thickening is in here. This one is a thin one. Here the corner having thickness. In sclerenchyma, they have a lignified wall. That means the wall full of covered by material. Okay, that's why it gives mechanical strength. So that it is a hard and woody regions. നമ്മുടെ ചിരട്ട എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് scleroid ആണ് ട്ടോ. Okay, so sclerenchyma cells are dead cells with a lignified walls which are long, narrow in nature, and it gives mechanical support to the plant. They are hard and woody. Okay, two type of sclerenchymas are present, fibers and these are the two type of sclerenchyma, fibers and the scleroids. This one is the fibers and this one is the scleroids. So we have checked what are the features of this fibers. So fibers means they are thick, that we know, and they are elongated cells with pointed ends. Elongated cells with pointed ends. Okay, then this one is the scleroid. So here highly lignified or thickened wall we can see, and they are scleroids. The scleroids are otherwise known as stone cells. Scleroids are otherwise known as stone cells. They occur in the fruit walls of the nuts and the pulp of the pear, sapota, guava, etc. Okay. Next we are discussing the complex permanent tissue. Complex permanent tissues are xylem and the phloem. Simple means it is made up of only one kind of cells. Complex means here they are made up of more than one type of cells. Okay, that's why their name is complex permanent tissue. Complex permanent tissue. Here the complexity of cells means the xylem is made up of tracheids, vessels, xylem fibers and the xylem parenchyma. Xylem is made up of tracheids, vessels, xylem fibers and xylem parenchyma. Okay, so all these cells have their own function in this xylem. So the complex permanent tissue means these tissues are made up of different type of cells as xylem as phloem tissue. Xylem help in the water conduction and phloem is responsible for the transport of food and minerals. Okay, so xylem is made up of tracheids, vessels, xylem fibers and xylem parenchyma. The main function of xylem is conduction of water, and it provide mechanical support. Xylem provide mechanical support. Okay, the conducting cells in the xylem, that is known as tracheary elements. The conducting cells in the xylem, that is known as tracheary elements. Tracheids and vessels are the conducting cells. These cells are helping for the conduction of water. So these tracheids and vessels together known as tracheary. Got the term? Tracheary elements. Okay. Then the Tracheids and vessels. Vessels are the main water conducting tissues of the angiosperm. Vessels are the main water conducting tissues of the angiosperm. But this vessel structure is absent in the case of gymnosperm. Okay. Xylem is made up of 4 types of cells: tracheids, vessels, xylem fibers, and xylem parenchyma. Tracheids and vessels together known as tracheary elements. Vessels are the major conducting tissue, major water conducting tissue. That is major water conducting tissue. That is what was that? Major conducting tissue was that the vessel. The tracheids are absent in the case of not tracheids. The vessels are absent in the case of gymnosperm. Tracheids are elongated or tube-like cells with thick and lignified walls and tapering ends. These are dead and without protoplasm. The inner layer of the cell walls have thickenings which vary in form. Okay, xylem fibers have highly thickened walls and the central lumens. They either be septate or aseptate. Septate means they have gap. Xylem parenchyma, the cells are living and thin-walled and they are made up of cellulose. They store food materials in the form of the starch and fat. Once again, I am telling this all the points in a short form. Complex permanent tissue, example, xylem and the phloem. Xylem is made up of tracheids, vessels, xylem fibers and xylem parenchyma. Vessels are the main conducting system. These vessels are absent in gymnosperm. Tracheids and vessels together known as a tracheary system. Okay, xylem fibers means sclerenchyma cells present in the xylem, that is known as xylem fibers. So the features of the sclerenchyma is applicable to the xylem fibers. Then the parenchyma cells means parenchyma cells present in the xylem, that is known as xylem parenchyma. Okay. Here is the picture of the xylem parenchyma, then vessels, tracheids and xylem fibers. All these cells are arranged properly. Then the xylem are two types. Primary xylem. First forming xylem is known as primary xylem. When the plant attain maturity, they produce secondary xylem. Okay, so the primary xylem is of two types. Primary xylem is of two types. That is protoxylem and the metaxylem. Protoxylem and metaxylem. I am taking this portion from the page number 87 your NCERT textbook. Protoxylem and the metaxylem. In the primary xylem, the first forming xylem is protoxylem and the second forming xylem is metaxylem. Xylems are two types, primary xylem and secondary xylem. Primary xylem means first forming xylem. In this primary xylem, first forming xylem is protoxylem. Xylem രണ്ട് തരത്തിലുണ്ട്, പ്രൈമറി സൈലം ഉണ്ട്, അതുപോലെ തന്നെ സെക്കൻഡറി സൈലവും. പ്രൈമറി സൈലത്തിലെ ആദ്യം ഫോം ചെയ്ത സൈലമാണ് പ്രോട്ടോസൈലം, സെക്കൻഡ് ഫോം ചെയ്ത സൈലമാണ് മെറ്റാസൈലം. ക്ലിയർ? Okay, next topic that we are discussing here, we discussed the xylem, then we are discussing the structure of the phloem cells. Phloem cells, we are discussing the structure of phloem cells. So the phloem, it is a food conducting tissue. Phloem cells are made, phloem tissue is made up of C cells, C tube cells, companion cells, phloem fibers and the phloem parenchyma cells. Okay. So main function of these tissues are food conduction. The sieve cells are, here is a picture of the phloem. Sieve cells means it have a sieve എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ അരിപ്പ, ഓട്ട. Okay, sieve tube cells. So the sieve cells, these are present in the lower vascular glands. Small openings are found in the lateral end walls. Then the sieve tubes are present in the angiosperm. So sieve cells are present in the lower vascular plants. Lower vascular plants means pteridophytes they have sieve cells. Sieve tube means angiosperm. Angiosperms means flowering plants. Flowering plants possess sieve tube cells. Okay. Then the sieve tube cells are sieve tube. This is a sieve tube cells. Sieve tube cells are elongated tube-like cells and arranged one above the other. Okay, the end walls are known as sieve plate with a sieve pore. Okay, then the cells which are attached to the sieve tubes are companion cell. This companion cell, this one is the sieve tube cell and this green color portion is the companion cell. So near to the sieve tube cell, the companion cells are arranged. The companion cells are seen only in the angiosperm. That means the higher plant feature, that is companion cells. They are thin-walled. They control the metabolic activities. Then the sclerenchyma cells associated with the phloem, that is known as phloem fibers. Okay, and it provides mechanical support. Then the parenchyma cell associated with the phloem, that is known as phloem parenchyma. Clear? Once again, I am repeating all this point. Phloem transport food materials usually from the leaves to other part of the plant. Phloem in angiosperm is composed of sieve tube cells, companion cells, and phloem parenchyma cells. Okay, the gymnosperms have albuminous cells and sieve cells. They lack the sieve tubes and the companion cell. Gymnosperm cells lacks the sieve tube cells and the companion cells. Okay, so sieve tube cells means it is a tube-like elongated structure. The end of the structure contains sieve plate, sieve pores. Then they are attached to the companion cell. Companion cells are the specialized parenchymatous cells. Then phloem parenchyma means parenchymatous cells seen in phloem, that is known as phloem parenchymatous. Then phloem fibers means the sclerenchymatous cell which is seen in the phloem, that is known as phloem fibers. These phloem fibers of jute, flax and hemp are used for the commercial purpose. Phloem fibers of jute, flax and hemp are used for the commercial purpose. So on the same way, primary xylem, secondary xylem. Here also primary phloem and secondary phloem. So in the case of primary phloem, the first forming phloem is protophloem and the second forming phloem is the metaphloem. The first forming phloem is the protophloem. The second forming phloem is the metaphloem. Got it? So this is about xylem and phloem. Xylem and phloems are the conducting structures. Xylem and phloem are the conducting structures. Then one more thing is the endarch and exarch. We will discuss the endarch and exarch on the next session.